Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen. I am a dragon witch. Welcome to my Belgian forests. And I believe in dragons. And I follow the spiritual path of the dragon. The spiritual path of the dragon is actually, yeah, just like this path is. I can say to you that it's just a bit like this path. This path as well, just with the rocks on the floor and the difficulties. And there is no sign or something like that, or direction or map that you have to take on the dragon's path. Everything begins with, yeah, you are dropped into this forest, everything is chaos, and you just don't know where to go. And that is actually the dragon's path. Because the only thing, the only reference that you have on the dragon's path is the dragon shadows that are on the floor, and the only thing that you have to do on this path is to follow the dragon's shadow or something else. For example, you can also rely on your own mind, and that is something that I want to talk to you about. Dragon contact. How to make contact with a dragon? Well, that is actually a good question. How do you make contact? And you might be surprised if I want to say that, first of all, the first one that makes contact is not you. You might try to do it after the dragon made contact with you, but the dragon is the first one who makes contact with you. They are trying from the other side to make contact. And this contact that you have to the dragon makes to you, in the beginning you might throw it away as something. It's in my mind, it's imagination, the voices in my head. That is what everyone in this society says. If you have voices in your head, then you must be crazy. No, no, of course not. But this contact that I had with the dragon, the dragon made contact with me, and I tried to push the dragon away. But somewhere inside of me opened the last gate of the dragon. It was the key that I had, that I didn't know actually that I had. And I opened the gate. And there was a dragon in front of me, talking to me without even opening its mouth. And that is just it. You have a telepathic connection with the dragon. You don't open your mouth. You don't need to do that to talk with the dragon. You know, there is a lot of videos and a lot of video games and stories about talking dragons. But that is not how it goes. That is not reality. Have you ever seen Smaug or talking into movies like The Hobbit? You know, that is just not natural. How does that go? I mean, the dragon cannot even speak human language. Whenever they speak to you, it's their mind that speaks to you. And whenever you speak to them, it's just the same. But you can, of course, talk with the dragon by opening your mouth, because everything that you are saying goes through your mind, and that is what they can hear. So you can actually never hide something from the dragon. It's always going to be known by them. And that is vice versa. The dragon can never take a secret. I mean, they can never hide a secret from you as well, because everything they think, and they think a lot, everything they have in their mind is something that you can hear. So there are a lot of actually um, witches, normal witches, who try to also make contact with the dragon. And they are doing and they are trying so. But it will not succeed. And you know why? Because the dragon has to take the first step, not us. They have to take the first step into manipulation of nature. And the first step, my brothers and sisters, is actually that they try to make contact with you. Contacting you is, for them, is the first step. It's always actually, and you might be surprised for that, but everything is actually by the first step of the dragon. The dragon is always making the first step. They are trying to manipulate nature. They are trying also to open up the gates first. They are doing everything first. And then you are, like I said, guided into this path, but guided by the dragon's shadow, doing everything, doing every step. And they let themselves be shown as a shadow wherever you have to go into this path. And that is why I say that you have to have patience, because the dragon's manipulation is not easy for them. They have to do so much. They do much. They move heaven and earth actually to let themselves be shown or felt by you. You are very, very special for them. You are the third dragon, and the third dragon has to be awakened so they make contact with you. And that is why you cannot play with this. If some normal hashtag normal witches try to open up gates for the dragon, and they can manipulate as much as they want. The dragon's realms is so much guarded by nature after 5 gates that they will never succeed to open it. Before it is a very strong guardian that which is named Leviathan, and Leviathan cannot be manipulated. Never, ever, ever. And so you cannot play on the dragon's realms if you are not awakened or called by a dragon. They call you. And whenever you have touched by the dragon, your soul is awakened. So now you are part of them. You are awake now. And that is when the dragon tries to make contact, you might not immediately know that. I mean, that has to do with the daily life that you have. Like I said, we live in some kind of a Christian society wherever thinking for yourself is bad. But this is still a bit the same, because whenever you say I have voices in my head, it will be seeing as something crazy, but it's not. It's not. You should listen to that, unless the voice is saying that you have to kill yourself. But no, that is something that you shouldn't do. But what you can do, of course, is somewhere deep inside of you. I mean, this dragon soul that you have. Recognize the dragon. Whenever they are talking to you, this soul that you have will immediately detect draconic energy, draconic soul. And this is what you have to recognize. Recognize the dragon's voice is talking through your head. And that it can be easily actually detected. It's just in front of you. It's just your instinct that is saying, yes, that is the one that I love. That is the one that I have a connection with. Not just your own mind that you will immediately say, that is just my own mind. But thinking for myself, for yourself. But when the dragon is speaking to you, just analyze this power and energy that goes through you. The dragon tries to make contact and you should feel it. I pushed the dragon away in the beginning. I pushed the dragon away, but I already, like I said, opened the gate for the dragon. So, and this means that the dragon can do much more than make contact. The dragon can actually show me things, and that is what the dragon did. But before that, they make contact with you. So, like I said, how to make contact with the dragon? Just talk with them. Just talk, just think, just do whatever your feelings are saying. Whenever you talk to the dragon, they will immediately, normally respond. But like I said, don't be afraid if it's the bad time of year. There are times, I mean, like I said, in nature witches or dragon witches or whatever, we celebrate changes in nature because it also changes the energy and changes the powers and abilities that we can do. So as well that the changes in nature can affect your connection with the dragon. So don't be afraid or that you cannot hear anymore, that you cannot have these voices in your head from the dragon, and that you cannot make contact with each other. That is simply because there is a very close gate in between you. And that is just temporarily. That is not going to last forever. That is just the time of year that you are less connected. I mean, you are always very much connected, but less that you can less speak to each other or feel each other. That is just natural, very natural. So don't be afraid of that. It will come back. So I saw a lot of attempts from other witches to contact the dragon, but if the dragon never made contact with you, it's impossible. You cannot do this. They have to do the first step always, because the dragon realms and wherever they are going is so highly protected by nature that you cannot go through it. Humans are not welcome in the dragon realms. Not one of them. No human is welcome there. So that is why you are welcome, because you are awakened. So they made the first step. They recognized your dragon soul, and it was awakened by touching you. Wherever you have this sensitive body part, wherever you have it, that is the entrance of your soul. And so the entrance is also something that they have touched. And this is where your draconic energy was asleep. But now it was awakened, and now you can make contact with the dragon wherever you want. And my favorite place to do this is in yeah, you can say dragon forest now, is in the forest, because my dragon lives in the forest actually. Yeah, so contacting the dragon. To us, it's much more simpler. To my brothers and sisters, it can be very simple. You don't need to have signs or something like that, or to open strange gates in the hope that you will open the dragon's gate. But you don't need to do this. Just sit down and relax and just talk to each other. Like there is no wall in between. Contacting the dragon is just talking to the dragon, talking to them. You can open so many gates, but you don't need to talk to your own dragons. You can even talk with your dragon god, whoever your dragon god is, of course. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.